The worst physical pain I've ever had, and the worst probably mental trip I went through over an injury was breaking my hand. They had to cut me open and put a titanium plate and 4 screws to put this bone back together. It was a spiral fracture, so it kind of like went at an angle, you know. So they were both in 2 sharp pieces, and it was in the middle of a tour last year for this record. Actually, before I had a record company, I was just doing a tour on my own to go out and play the material a little bit and have some fun, you know. And we actually had a gig at the Kentucky Derby. We played the Kentucky Derby, and the infield is like this beautiful lawn, you know. So we were waiting around for our we were waiting around for our bus driver to come back from the hotel to drive us out of there, and we had some time to kill. So some of the guys started throwing a football around. And I was kind of sleeping. They asked me if I wanted to play, and I'm like, nah. And then I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, all right, I'll play. So I got up. Worst mistake I ever made. Got in the game, played a couple of plays. I took a kickoff, ran it about the halfway mark on the field, and I pitched off and went to block. And coincidentally, my guitar player at the time, Brian Kehoe, was running towards me, and he's a big boy, and I was running full speed this way, he was running full speed that way, and I got my pinky caught in his t-shirt sleeve at a full run, and it just snapped. That was it. Went like that, tour over. So I went to the emergency room, and they couldn't really do anything for me, and it was like this finger was like down to here, actually, because the bone had slid back in my hand, so I was going to have like reconstructive surgery on my hand anyway. And they couldn't do anything about it, so I had to kind of let it sit the way that it was for about probably a couple of weeks before they set it right. And I wanted to continue the tour actually too, but I realized most people are wanting to see me play guitar too. So we actually did one gig after that, and it was my first gig as a solo front guy without a guitar. And we opened up for Cheap Trick, and I think it was in Atlanta. Yeah. It was actually a really good gig, but man, I was in a lot of pain. Yeah, it hurt like hell.